Welcome back to Man Movie. And tonight, boy, have we got a heck of a man movie in store for you. From 1981, starring Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken, one of the greatest directorial efforts from John Carpenter, a movie called Escape from New York. Now, you're probably thinking, why are you wearing a Chicago tourism shirt when the movie is Escape from New York? Well, funny story, I don't have a shirt that says New York on it. So, you know, you got to work with me.
Chicago's going to have to do.
Chicago's have to do. The second city, some people call it.
Another very violent place.
Violent place. Escape from New York takes place in the distant future world of 1997. And the United States has become a barren, apocalyptic hellscape.
Crime has risen by 400%.
400%.
And something had to be done.
Something had to be done. So what they've done in this future world is they've turned Manhattan Island into an open-air prison.
Yeah.
All of the worst criminals in the world have been transported to Manhattan Island.
Yeah.
And
it's much like Australia.
Like Australia.
Like it was an open-air prison.
So what's happened here in this futuristic apocalypse is the president of the United States has been kidnapped.
Yes.
In a hijacking of
one
Air
lady.
Force One. Yeah, one lady. I don't know how she got on the plane. They don't explain it. It doesn't matter.
We, the soldiers of the National Liberation Front, have struck a fatal blow to the racist police state.
It's an impressive feat, I gotta say.
She gets into the cockpit.
Fuck Snake Plissken. Who's this lady?
Yeah. The movie should have been about this lady. She slits the pilot's throat.
Yeah.
Locks the door to the cockpit. Try as they might, the Secret Service can't get the cockpit door.
Yeah, the guy really tried.
What he did was he takes the wooden barrel of a shotgun and hits the door like 3 times.
Revolutionary example that to let the president perish. Any inhuman.
And that's it.
Listen, I tried everything I could.
The president had some very helpful ideas.
Can't you shoot off the lock?
No, sir. She's pressurized the cabin.
How about lifting the door off at the hinges?
No, sir.
So the president has to go into this little escape pod that has the presidential seal on it, which I think probably you don't want to... If you're escaping, you don't want to be like, hey, everybody, it's the president over here.
Hey, right here. Yeah, you're only using this in a life and death scenario where you need to escape and you need to keep... That thing should be pitch black or like maybe like a mirror, like it reflects the
it should not be
camouflage something. Instead it has a giant seal of the President of the United States.
If the president's men, if the U.S. Army is looking for this escape pod, they're not going to need the presidential seal to be printed on it to know how many escape pods are they.
That's true.
That's
a good
stumbling.
point.
No, there's no seal on that one. Keep moving.
That's
Don't
not
even
the.
check.
Yeah, that's just some other.
Yeah, that's some other escape pod.
Yeah. He kind of looks.
Official seal.
He kind of looks like the president, but it can't be the president.
Yeah, it couldn't be. They'd have the official presidential
They would have the seal
printed on the pod.
Exactly.
That's how we know it's not a decoy escape pod.
Exactly.
You touch me, he dies. If you're not in the air in 30 seconds, he dies. If you come back in, he dies. "20 seconds.
I'm ready to talk.
19. 18.
What do you want?
17. 16.
Let's go.
What we've learned is in the future, there's going to be a resistance force.
Yes.
Or just a gang, and their headquarters is going to be deep underground.
Yeah. I don't understand that. The entire thing's an open-air prison.
Yeah.
And then you have underground.
The freedom is underground where there's no open air.
But everybody's in the same scenario. They just the guy like bangs his stick on the sewer thing, and then they go, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna come out for a bit." And what's the resistance? What are they? Are they resisting Isaac Hayes, the Duke?
I think so.
See, it's all confusing.
Well, he was driving around above ground.
Yeah.
He had that nice chandelier car. It was really fancy
Yeah.
because it has chandeliers on it.
Yeah. It's a limousine, I think. It was a limousine, right?
There's a Cadillac.
Yeah, it was a Cadillac. Had chandeliers. That's all you need to know.
It was like a pimped out,
Yeah,
post-apocalyptic
totally.
ride.
Uh-huh.
S.D. Pliskin. American, Lieutenant, Special Forces Unit Black Light. You robbed the Federal Reserve Depository. Life sentence, New York Maximum Security Penitentiary.
In order to get the president out of this open-air prison, they need the most badass open-air prisoner they can find.
Yes.
And that is none other than the great Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be called Pliskin. He wants everybody to call him Snake.
Yeah.
Call me Snake.
Because
Call
that's
me
a cool,
Snake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool name.
Yeah, because he's like, that sounds badass.
It does. It's not his Christian name probably, but it
Yeah.
sounds bad.
I have a deal for you. You receive full pardon for every criminal action you've committed in the United States. It was an accident. About an hour ago, a small jet went down inside New York City. The president was on board.
President of what?
They've got a tracker on the president. So they kind of have an idea where he's at. They just got to follow the tracker.
Uh-huh.
But they need a guy who knows his way around an open-air prison
Yeah.
to be able to get him out of there. A guy who can do special ops, special forces.
And he can
kind
look
of things.
really cool doing it.
He's got an eye patch, but that doesn't slow him down. It
He
actually
wears
helps him.
sleeveless shirts.
Sleeveless shirts all day.
Yeah.
And kind of scruffy. He smokes cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
He does all kinds of cool things. He wears a leather jacket. He's got long hair. He's got an eye patch.
He never
smokes.
smiles. He's just like this all the time.
Yeah, he never has any nice words to say to anybody.
No. Yeah, there's never a change in emotion. I don't know if you noticed that,
Yeah,
but
he's
just
pissed
always
off
like,
all the time. But that's, you get your name's Snake.
yeah, you can't
You
be
don't
like,
get-
hi, I'm Snake.
They don't call you Snake for your pleasant demeanor. So they give him this offer, he'll get his freedom back. And that's not enough for Snake. He's like, let me think about it.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. Maybe he was just skeptical because he doesn't trust the man.
I'm going to inject you. I'll sting for a second or two.
That's it, Pliskin.
Tell him.
Yeah, he tells him,
You need your shots.
Yeah, I think maybe in the open-air prison there's a lot of viruses
Yeah, malaria.
floating around. You thought COVID was bad. Imagine what they've got in the open-air prison. So he's got to get a shot for his own protection.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't want to do it, but
it's
he must do it in order to do this job. There's
Yeah.
no other. They won't let him down there to do his job and get his freedom unless he agrees to this shot.
Yeah.
He hates needles. He's like, okay, fine, whatever.
I don't like needles.
But you're never going to believe this. The government lied to him about what that needle was for. That needle actually put a miniature bomb in his neck that was going to explode after 22 hours if he doesn't bring the president back.
22?
22
It
hours.
wasn't even a full day.
So
Why not make it 48?
In 22 hours, the Hartford Summit meeting will be over. China and the Soviet Union will go back home. Now, the president was on his way to this summit when his plane went down. He has a briefcase attached to his wrist. The tape recording inside has to reach Hartford in 22 hours.
What's on it?
You know anything about nuclear fusion?
All right.
It's the survival of the human race, Pliskin. Something you don't give a shit about.
Like, this is a tough mission.
yeah, if you don't get back with the president, your neck's going to explode, and then you're going to bleed out.
Yeah.
the
And
way it
you're
is.
probably not going to die, or you're not going to live
No,
when your neck explodes.
no, that's
Probably fatal.
usually that's fatal. Yeah.
Most of the time.
So he's got to go in there. He's got to get the president back. He's got to navigate his way through the hellscape of Manhattan. He's got to defeat Isaac Hayes. He's got to meet Ernest Borgnine.
Usually I'm not down around here myself, but I wanted to catch that show. This stuff is like gold around here, you know. It's like gold.
He's got to meet
Yeah.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Great tits.
Well, I didn't want to have to say it.
I'm sorry.
That's a little crude.
It's crude, but it's just
Your
true.
She was also she had a great head on her shoulders, great mind. She
Yeah.
was crafty, she was smart.
Yeah, not only great tits. I mean, we appreciate other things about women.
A lot of great things to appreciate about
Yeah.
1981 Adrienne Barbeau.
Absolutely.
And also 1981 Ernest Borgnine. He was a very helpful cabbie.
Yeah.
His name was Cabby. Everybody had an easy name to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
There was Cabby. There was his former friend Brain.
Yeah, Snake.
There was Snake. There was the Duke, Isaac Hayes.
Yeah. It's all four letters.
Yeah. Oh, there was Hawk, who was the police guy.
What's Lee Van Cleef's?
Hawk.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Hawk.
And then Adrienne Barbeau was Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie's
coulda
the
used a
most
cool name.
complicated one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie, that's a little weird.
But it's a great movie. There's a ton of action. There's espionage, car chases, landmines that are on a bridge somehow.
Mhm. Oh, that one stupid, that annoying guy with the hair.
I don't think anyone would like that guy.
No.
He was
Yeah.
very annoying.
I mean, he did get killed in this movie, but
Well, somebody should have killed him a lot sooner.
he would have been the first to go. He should have been the first to go.
Yeah.
He's like an
He
elevated
didn't
guy. He's like
provide
a right-hand man of Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
Who's like the king of Isaac Hayes is the Duke. He's the king of the island.
Right. Yeah, he
Basically.
didn't have any women around him. Did you notice that?
That's interesting.
Maybe I just figured out why this guy didn't get killed.
Wow.
And when Adrienne Barbeau showed up, Isaac didn't look twice.
Yeah, he's not even looking at.
And that's not the Isaac Hayes I know.
No.
This
No.
Duke. I think we figured out the Duke.
Yeah, this Duke.
If I was a beautiful lady like Adrienne Barbeau and I was in an open-air men's prison, I might dress a little more modestly, just for my own
That's what I
safety.
was thinking. Yeah.
You know,
I was thinking like you're really walking around an
really
open
are.
air prison with your tits hanging
you're
out
really
like this?
tempting fate here.
Yeah.
The cassette tape that the president had in his briefcase that he'd handcuffed to himself had information about nuclear fusion. And the president was going on his way to a peace conference where he was going to offer this information to the other nations they were at war with to try to bring about world peace. So a couple of things wrong with that. One, if they have this information, they didn't write it down somewhere.
Yeah.
There's not a couple of scientists sitting in a lab somewhere that can explain it. They
Yeah.
just got it on this one cassette tape.
And it's handcuffed in
it's
a
handcuffed to the
briefcase. And then at the end of the movie, he's about to publicly display the information to the entire world.
Yeah. And then, Snake, I guess Snake doesn't want world peace. He steals the
Yeah.
tape, replaces it with some Benny Goodman bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then throws the tape away. What was his plan originally? Be like, guess what, everybody? Here's a long lecture about how nuclear fission
Yeah.
works. Stay tuned for the whole thing. And then also you're going to know that this is real. It doesn't make... Who is he playing this tape for?
I
The general
don't even
public's going to
know.
be like, oh, fuck, it makes perfect sense. Nuclear fusion is real, and the president's played this tape.
Well,
now
and he
we
was
understand it.
he was like off to go speak at some meeting with all these world leaders, and we don't even understand that. We don't see that world leaders are tuning in.
They're not going to know.
And yeah,
And they need scientists with them listening and probably writing stuff down. Like, hold on, I don't know if this is really going to work.
yeah,
out. Let's
yeah.
get on the chalkboard with Matt Damon.
Yeah, we better write this down and make more copies of this tape.
It was a piece of shit.
Let's be real.
Let's be honest.
Let's be real.
It was not Kurt Russell's best.
It's not.
It's not John Carpenter's best. It's not even Isaac Hayes' best.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it's not Adrienne Barbeau's best either. She was in Swamp Thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which is better?
Well, I've never seen Swamp Thing, but I do know she takes her top off.
That does make it better. That does
think
make it
that's
better.
enough.
We were waiting the entire time
Yeah,
for those
she
tits to
dies.
pop out.
She gets hit. She sacrifices herself.
She
at the
gets
end.
hit by a car.
And you see her dead body.
She's the entire time she's wearing this loose top, and
Uh-huh.
you're telling me
Yeah.
she gets hit by that limousine
No.
going 50 miles an hour and a titty didn't
I'm
pop out?
telling you, at least a button or two would have come off.
Absolutely. So
Truly
even that
a
was unrealistic.
post-apocalyptic hellscape. Well, I've had enough. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm done. Review
Well,
over.
don't bother seeing Escape from New York.
Yeah, maybe Escape from LA is better. I doubt we're going to review it. I know he plays basketball instead of boxing.
Really?
Yeah, because you saw it, right? They have
Been a
to,
while.
they
I just
did the
remember he
same
surfed
thing.
out of LA somehow.
Yeah, that's right. Wow.
Well, next week maybe we'll reveal Escape from LA. It sounds
We'll
better
see.
all the time.
Yeah.
But until next time, God bless us all. And anything else?
No,
And God bless Adrian Barbeau.
absolutely.